Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. We are back with another What Sold on eBay video. 4 days worth of sales here in the eBay store. We're going to start off with a good one. This one was actually returned once, came back, and we sold it for more the second time. So that's kind of interesting. I'll tell you kind of how that worked out. I appreciate all the feedback on the screenshots. I know we've had the bigger screenshot in the last video kind of showing this half of the video, whatever, and I'm kind of more off to the side now as much as I can be without still being in the video. With still being in the video, but hopefully that's helping. Most people seem to say that it was better that way, so I appreciate the feedback and people reaching out and letting me know. We always want it to be a good viewing experience if possible for you guys, as long as the editing doesn't take too much work, and that's not really much work. It's just as easy as it was before, so no issue there, but I appreciate it. Hopefully everyone's enjoying it. And let's go over what sold on eBay. So starting off, a starter Boston Celtics jacket. This is one that we sold before, I think for $135 shipped. I want to say we spent 10 or 15 bucks for it at a parking lot fundraiser sale, which isn't too bad. Good price on one of these. It sold, went over to the East Coast somewhere, and the person got it, guy or girl, said didn't fit, sent it back. It came back. It definitely had a different smell on it, like it had been in someone else's house, but it could have just picked it up there. I mean, it just didn't smell like what it was sent out with. So I don't know if someone wore it. I don't want to accuse anybody of that, but they did send it back. It was still clean, just kind of aired it out, and then it was fine. Went ahead and relisted it though. I had it listed at like 125 or 135, whatever I said it sold for. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna list it for 150, no best offer. I'm just gonna list it full price and see what happens. And it took another month or so, but it finally sold for full price 150. It went global shipping program this time, and I only had to ship it to Kentucky. Only cost maybe 10 bucks to ship it, something like that, priority mail. It's really light. I just put it in a nice clear plastic bag and then put it in a box and shipped it over there. So I ended up upping the price. Sometimes on returns, if I have something that sells pretty quickly or whatever, and then it gets returned back to me, sometimes I'll list it a little higher next time just to see if I can recoup some of that money that I lost on the return, the previous one. So that's what I did here. It did work out in this case, and it's worked out a couple times. It happened with the Bible once, and a couple of jerseys have done that too, where someone returned it, didn't fit, and I listed even higher, sold it for more, and kind of recouped some of that loss. So it works. It might be something to try every once in a while. Here's a Deskmate 3. It's for the Tandy. It's just the manual and kind of the instruction stuff inside. There's no actual software here. I had this when I bought a bunch of manuals and stuff for the Tandy a while back from Storage Unit Guy. I hadn't listed this one because I didn't have the software. I didn't think anyone would want it. Went ahead and finally popped it up out of the death pile. It sold for 18 bucks and it sold in like 2 weeks. So pretty quickly for some old vintage stuff, and it's not even complete. It did go on a padded flat rate though. It was rather heavy, and that was the cheapest shipping option. Sony DVD remote. This one's from my vacation haul where we bought all those remotes. 10 bucks on this one. Not a whole lot, but these are super easy. Bubble wrap into a bubble mailer. They're only shipping out for a couple bucks. This is a U.S. Navy. It's like a working parka. It's got the digital navy camo on there. This is a size medium. It looked like it was fit kind of for, it kind of flared out almost like it would be for like a woman's style, even though I'm not sure if that's what it was. I copied someone else's listing that had the same kind of style I did, and I took a best offer of 45 shipped. I had paid, I think, 7 or 8 bucks for this at a garage sale, and I got 45 bucks for it. I've done really well on the military parkas. These are from that big book buy we had. This is The Battle for the Mind. It's basically Tim LaHaye, I don't know, 2 of his books. A lot of them together because it was the same author. They sold for 15 shipped, which is pretty good. They go out for probably 3 something shipping, medium mail. This was actually a return. This was sold, OEM Honda Acura like wheel lock set. They are used, but it's got like a bunch of tape on there because the person had taped it closed with electrical tape. Person bought this, and what the problem was is they were trying to use this, I think, to unlock a different set that they had that was Ford Acura, but it wouldn't work, and they basically like damaged it in the process, returned it to me, and it was almost at the 30-day mark, but apparently they were out of town or whatever, and I was a little frustrated, but they did return it, and we kind of docked them a little bit, but eBay ended up giving them all their money, so it is what it is, but it's kind of frustrating because they kind of messed this one up. But those wheel locks do sell, especially if they're sealed. Usually I can get around 30 bucks for a sealed set, maybe 35. Loosening the grip, a handbook on alcohol information. Was at a garage sale where I bought that train stuff from the last video, and this lady had a box of books and 2 buckets of DVDs and CDs. I paid her 15 bucks for everything because she just wanted them gone. And the only reason I did was because I had scanned this one book, and it scanned for around 40 bucks. used the eBay app, scanned it, and I was like, okay, so I know I already have a $40 book here. I asked her what she wanted for it all, and she said 15. She said 10 for the DVDs. She's not sure on the books. I offered her 15, and she accepted. And then this one ended up selling for 43 shipped. We've got a bunch of DVDs. A couple were worth selling. One was like a $30 one, and a couple of 15, 20s, and there were a couple other books in there. So I would say probably 120, 140 bucks maybe out of that stuff. And the main thing was this book right here. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This one sold for $7.99. I had bought a bunch of DVDs from a lady. She was selling off her nephew's comic, Marvel and DC DVDs, and this one was in there. I paid $1 for all the used DVDs, $3 for sealed. I didn't know about this one, but I paid $1 and ended up selling for 8 shipped. A Pan Digital. This is a photo slide negative converter. It's brand new open box. I paid $5 for it at a garage sale. The lady had it at 10, but everything was half off. I opened it up. It was brand new in there. This one sold for 58 shipped, and it did not take long. I love selling the brand new items. It's so easy. Even if the box is open, you still sell them new open box, and there's some value there. Here's a Western Digital 3 terabyte external hard drive. I've done so well on external hard drives that I used to not even mess with them because I'm like, I don't want to deal with it, but I'm glad I started this past year especially. We've probably sold 6 or 7 of them, and we have probably almost $400 or $500 in sales. This one sold for 65 shipped. All you have to do is basically hook it up, plug it in. If you have an older computer, you can hook it up to. That's probably better just in case anything weird going on. But I would make sure... Oh, sorry, my phone's ringing. I would make sure to test them out, make sure they work, clear them off of anything, and then you can sell them. But 3 terabytes, 65 shipped. Chronicles of Narnia box set, books 1 through 7 are in here. This is sold for 28 shipped. I think I paid $4 plus tax at a thrift store. I usually pay up for this one because it always ends up selling. Anytime I get the Chronicles of Narnia box set, it always sells for about $25, maybe a little more depending on which one it is. So I'll pay up for them. 28 shipped on that. The worst part is I have another one of these that I bought, and it was missing one book, and I just didn't catch it. And I'm trying to find that book now, and we'll see if I ever do. But this is a good one to look out for. Mary Kay. A lot of resellers will mention Mary Kay. I know some people have gotten Mary Kay stuff, like Vero stuff or Violations or whatever. So you got to be careful with it. This was a revitalizing mask, formula number 2, 4 ounce. It appeared to be brand new. Got it for $1 at a garage sale. I bought another Mary Kay item for $1, but it really wasn't worth anything. I didn't know about it. This one, some of them are going for about 28 bucks. To avoid any issues, I listed mine a little bit under. It sold for 24 overnight. Shipped it out. I think it went out first class or something like that. I don't remember. But it ended up going out, no issue with any kind of Vero or anything. So if you have something that might be a Vero violation, you're not sure, you've heard stories, I would probably price it on the lower end, so hopefully yours gets sold and off of eBay quicker, or just not sell it off if you don't want the risk. But if you are going to take that risk, it might be better to get yours out of the system as quick as possible versus leaving it up there for someone to reach out. A pair of U.S. Navy men's coveralls. These are a size 42L. They sold for 30 shipped. I got 2 of these in a big bucket of Navy and military clothes that I had gotten from one of my sources. I always buy the camos, but these were thrown in there. They actually sold for 30 shipped, which is pretty good. Went in a padded flat rate. A Dexter 11910 high carbon chef carving knife or whatever this is. I used to always buy these Dexter knives. They used to sell really well. They've kind of come down. There are still good knives to look out for, like hunting and fishing knives. This one, I think I had $1 in it from an estate sale. It took a best offer of 20. It did go out first class though, which was great. So it only cost us like 5 something to ship it. So we made some money, but it's been up for a while. 3 more military uniforms. These are from that same buy. We just sold those coveralls. These are the pants, size medium regular. So not a bad size, but not an ideal size either. Use like the large regular or the large long seem to sell better for me. I allotted these 3 together. They were not in perfect condition. A couple had a couple little scuffs or marks on them, but lotted them up and someone bought them for 65 shipped for the 3 of them, which I usually do that if I have a bunch of the same size. I'll just lot them together and someone will end up picking them up. Here's a Hey. This is from a Moana. It's the little like chicken rooster looking thing from the movie. This is a little plush, 12 inches, so not too big. I thought it might be worth something. He's kind of a unique character from the kind of weird, but figured for whatever reason someone might want him. He was in a box of plush that I paid $10 for and toys. Listed this one plush out of there and it sold for 30 shipped, and it sold, I want to say, in a couple days. So Definitely look out for the oddball plush. If it's a movie, look out for something that might not be a main character or something kind of unique. It seems like those ones or the villains have a little bit more value than the main characters. Harry Potter 24 pack of 4-inch die-cast wands. This is a case of them. My wife got these at Walmart. I want to say they were 75 cents each or something like that. She had bought one case. We sold it already for 60 bucks. Those were all brand new sealed. This one had one box that was open. The wand was in there, but the two of them actually, that though you could see what wand it was. I sold this set for 50 bucks. I think we had around 18, 19 bucks in it. Shipping ended up being around 12 bucks. So not too bad because they were super light, but it's retail arbitrage. So we can't really complain with those kind of margins. A while back, my wife sold a bunch of wands, the bigger ones she bought from like last year she bought from Walmart, and we made a killing on them. It was a great deal. She got them all real cheap, and it was one of her better buys that she ever had at our retail arbitrage. That and the Starbucks stuff she bought in the past. She's gotten some really good deals. So it is worth looking at Walmart. Be careful though, because a lot of other people are looking. Try to find the right ones and make sure you're getting them at the right price. Nintendo Wii, this one sold for 65 shipped. It did come with the controller. I underpriced this one. That's why it sold so quickly. This should have been listed around 75, 85, maybe even a little higher, depending, going into Q4 here. I was going off an old listing I had from earlier. I didn't change the price. I just updated the photos. So mine sold right away. I only had, I think, 15 bucks in this, and it came with a couple of games. So I definitely made money, but you can get a little bit more. I had the one controller, the nunchuck, the cords, and the sensor bar. So it was missing the top covers. That doesn't seem to be much of a deal breaker, though. 65 shipped on that. 1974 Ford Lincoln Mustang. This is a repair shop manual. It's a set of 5 manuals, so it's a bigger set. Ended up selling for 45 shipped. Media mail shipping ended up being about 12 bucks or something like that because these were heavy. But I ended up shipping them out, I think FedEx, for around the same price. So we had like 12 or 13 bucks shipping on these. Upgraded the shipping because why go through media mail? There is some risk there. Might as well go FedEx. But I'm happy with that. We're still moving these shop manuals, guys. Look out for the original ones, the OEM ones for the actual vehicles. You can sell the Haynes and the Climbers and all those ones as well. They are worth money. Not worth as much, but they're worth looking out for. But if you have the official ones, you can get good money on them, especially if it's a relevant car that's around today or something that someone might be restoring. Revelation, it's Grand Climax, the handbook. This is a little book. It sold for 14 shipped. It was just in a big book buy that we had. Diamanda Galás with John Paul Jones. I don't know what this cassette or why it was so valuable. One that I saw listed was listed for 40 bucks. It was brand new. I listed mine for 30 or best offer because it was used. Just came in a random bunch of cassettes from the Rock and Roll buy. Someone offered 20 bucks, and I said, get it out of here because I don't think many people want this. But I was happy with 20 bucks for a used cassette. The Anesthesia Technician and Technologist Manual. There we go. Slow it down. This book sold for 45 shipped. I bought 2 books about anesthesia from one of my sources. They were $2 each. One already sold, I think, for 35 or something like that a month ago. This one finally ended up selling for 45 shipped. So pretty good deal. I usually ship these ones. I upgrade shipping if they're going over the 40 bucks, but you can ship a media mail if you want. Textbooks can be good. A lot of them are not so great because they keep making new editions every other year, and then the one you had sometimes drops off in value, but some don't do that, or they're on a real unique material and they can still be valuable. A Black & Decker steaming bowl. This is the handy steamer. I told you guys I part out the food processors. I part out the bread makers, juicers, things like this. Look out for kitchen appliances. If they're cheap, you can part them out. This was a handy steamer. The actual bowl, I believe, was broken, but it had the lid, this little insert part, and another part. The person wanted $5 for it. So I said, sure, we'll take it. I sold just this one piece for 25 shipped, and I want to say this one still made it out first class, just barely. But even if it didn't, if we're in it for $8 or $9 shipping, we've already made our money and some profit, and we still have 2 more pieces to go. Don't buy all kitchen appliances. Some of them don't part out as well. Look them up. Look up the model. But if you got to get them cheap, if they have multiple parts, it can be a little niche that some people don't want to get in, and you can make some money off it. An RCA DVD recorder and VCR combo remote. This one also from the Vacation Buy. $12 shipped on that one. This is a 2-order set. This person bought them actually from Puerto Rico. Batman the Animated Series Volumes 1 and 4. They're sealed box sets. And Looney Tunes Spotlight Collection Volume 4. This is a DVD set sale. I sent an offer of $30 on this one. The person accepted the offer and then grabbed the 2 Batman ones for $30 as well. So that was cool. They were in it for like 60 bucks or whatever it was. I think we fit them all into a padded flat rate. So that was the best shipping option, and super happy to get them out of here. I love selling media, and it was worth it to upgrade the shipping on that one out to Puerto Rico. UNLV Running Rebels. This is one of their plush there. It has the tag. This one sold for 25 shipped. I thought it would go for more, but it took a while to sell. I paid $2 or $3 for it, and I sent a best offer out of 25 bucks to watchers. Someone accepted. This one did go over the pound mark. It shipped for like $9. So we did okay on it. It took a little while to sell. Probably wouldn't pick it up again, but we did move it. Here is another return. They do happen. This is a Beatles Capitol Records LP here. This one came in the rock and roll by, if I'm not mistaken. Sent it out for 19 bucks, not a whole lot. Shipped it out media mail. I have little mailers for shipping out records and laserdiscs and stuff. I bought a bunch. This one sent it out there. Guy got it, and he said the sleeve has wear on the edges. In my photo, it doesn't. I don't remember really looking at it before I packed it up, so maybe it got damaged in storage because I did move the records from a couple different locations. He sent it back. I still have it. The record itself is fine, so I'm gonna relist it with some new photos. I haven't even done that yet, so I need to. But ended up it sold for 19. This one was returned, so I'm not sure if he switched it out on me. I don't think so, but maybe he did. If he did, it's my fault for not fighting. I just refunded him. I didn't even fight him on it or anything. So yeah, that happens. Just part of life. I will say, all the news I've heard about record and collectors and all this vinyl, they're some of the pickiest people that buy stuff. So I'm testing the market. I just bought a bunch of AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne, a bunch of LPs from a storage unit guy. So I don't have a video about it, but I guess I could do a haul if people wanted to see it. Let me know in the comments. Bought some other stuff too, but I'm taking a risk, a gamble on these. And if we get a bunch of returns on them or issues, I am going to not touch them again. But I will say on all my listings, I'm definitely listing the quality as acceptable condition, or the lower quality I can. I'm not going to say they're good condition or whatever the case is, because I don't want to have to deal with that. I'm going to list them as low quality and see what happens. So that way, if someone does get it, they're kind of expecting that. And I'm going to hopefully take good photos that captures what the condition is. But 19 shipped on that. A PSP, this is not the actual system, but it's the Pure Solid Perfect Golf Iron. It's like a training iron, very small, little head and face on this club. I guess it's used to practice your aim or whatever. I got 2 of these for, I think, $5 each. This one sold for 60 shipped. Someone messaged me, though, right when this one sold and said, hey, you can buy them online for like 50 shipped brand new. And I was like, what? Like, I don't even know. I just listed them based on the comps on eBay, and mine sold for 60. So I probably should go back and check. Maybe they are only that price online, but this person did pay 60 and I shipped it out to them. So maybe this person didn't get such a great deal, but that's what they're selling for online. So I'm thankful that I got that, but I'll have to check to see what they sell for new. But 60 shipped on that one, and it did cost like $9 or $10 to ship it. Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 8. This was from that comic DVD buy we bought. This is actually a Blu-ray, though. Paid $1, and it sold for 22 shipped. It was a great deal for a used one. Vinnie Moore Meltdown. This is a 1991 Relativity CD. This one sold for 16 shipped. This one was, I think, not from the Rock and Roll buy, but from a different buy of CDs, and I looked it up, and it was worth 16. Another return, guys. This is kind of the theme here. We had 3 of them that were returned after we sold. This is a Canon Sure Shot Mega Zoom 76. This camera I tested it out. It powered up, seemed to take a picture, but apparently after you take the picture on it, it gives a little error. And the person bought it, she goes, yeah, it takes the picture, and then it gives you this error message, and then like you can't do anything. I got it back, and sure enough, that's exactly what it does. So I don't think I tested enough. I just tested it and showed that it did a flash, and then it was given. I didn't check to see this little error, so now I know for the future. It only sold for 23 shipped. We lost $4 each way on shipping. That's how it goes sometimes. So probably sell it for parts or whatever. HP ScanJet 4600. It's the scanner unit here. This one was from Storage Unit Guy. Sold at 55 shipped. It went global shipping program as well. It was brand new in the box. I had the box it went in, but the box was kind of beat up, so I didn't show it in the picture. But yeah, it ended up selling for 55 shipped. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for PS4 sold for 13 shipped. Nothing too much to say about that. A 1981 Toyota automatic transmission repair manual. Also from the manual buy. Took a best offer of 15. A lot of the manuals left, guys. I'm taking offers, just trying to move them out. If the price is right or they're close to where I want to be, this one's at 20. I'll take the offer and we'll just move them. Led Zeppelin, a self-titled 2-disc set, sold for $12 shipped. This one was $1 at a garage sale. An Innova KC Pro T-Bird disc golf. This is one of those discs. I bought a bunch of these. If you probably have seen a couple of them sell, they've been selling pretty well. This is the best one so far, though. 55 shipped on this one. Took a best offer. I had it at 80 bucks. It's not in the best shape. I was just listing it high because some of them were listed high, and I wanted to see what kind of offers I could get. Zenith digital TV tuner converter box. I have 4 of these. I had 4. I bought them at a garage sale for 20 bucks, 4 or 5 of them. 20 bucks, I think, for 4 of them. And they sell for 32 ship. It's a multi-quantity listing. It's going to cost anywhere from about 8 or 9 bucks to about 13, 14 bucks to ship them, depending on where they're going. They're a little bit on the heavier side for what they are, and they have to go in another box. But they ended up selling all for 32 ship. We'll see some more coming up later, but 32 shipped on these guys, and it was worth it because it was multi-quantity. They all were brand new open box. I love selling the digital converters. They don't sell for a ton. There's Apex makes one, a couple other brands, but they always seem to sell if you can get them, especially if you can get multi-quantity. A bunch of smartphones. These are ones I've kind of collected over the time I've been reselling when I buy electronics buys or whatever, boxes of stuff. And then one of my sources had a bunch of them he got from the different storage units. I paid 10 bucks for what he had, plus I threw in what I had. I sold them for 40 bucks on a best offer, as is for parts. Most of these had damaged screens, no batteries in them, or they're all junked out. I was happy to get the 40 just to move them out. I don't recommend selling old phones. You got to look up the IMEI, whatever they are, to look out for if they're stolen or not, and you got to be careful. So especially if it's a newer, high-quality phone, and if the price seems too good to be true, it probably is. Here's the Sinclair Institute Better Sex series, a DVD set. This one's sold for 70 shipped. Pretty good for a used DVD set. So we found that from Storage Unit Guy. Goldfinger Hang-Ups, a CD, sold for 11 shipped. Here's a cool one, a Nike VRS Covert 2.0 Tour Driver. I was driving by a garage sale on this road. I didn't really want to stop because you can't really park on there. You have to park on the side and walk around. And I'm like, I saw a golf bag there. There was nothing else but plants and some other, just junk it looked like. I'm like, I'll go check it for whatever reason. Thank the Lord I did, because I got over there and found this golf club and 2 other golf clubs and a Scotty Cameron cover. The guy wanted $65 for the whole unit. I said, what would you sell me for just these 3 clubs and this head cover? He ended up saying 30 bucks, I believe, for all of it. And then this one sold for $149.99, and it sold in a day. Awesome deal on that club. The person did give me great feedback. It's a cool looking club. Nike clubs do well. 150 shipped on that guy. Last sale, guys. We're the longest we've been in a long time. We're at 22 minutes. A San Francisco Bay Area urban planning book. Got this at an estate sale for $1. I was buying a bunch of books, and I just saw this one. I'm like, oh, I'll grab it, throw it in there for $1. Finally sold on the best offer for 25 ship, which I thought was a good deal. Didn't even go to San Francisco. Went to Georgia or somewhere else. Didn't go to San Francisco, so I don't know. Maybe someone used to live there or whatever, but 25 shipped on that. Goes out medium mail. I'm happy with the sale. So thank you so much for watching. Hope everyone is doing well again. Your families are doing well. Have fun reselling. It's a great little business to have. I love making money for the family, for us to be able to do other things. We're saving for a house, all that kind of stuff. And reselling is a huge part of that. And I'm thankful that I have the opportunity. I hope you guys take advantage of it as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.